What is 411? You better talk to the camera. Hey guys, I hope you are all doing really, really well. Every time I go to the skate park, I get asked this question. Aaron, what size is that skateboard? And I'm like, what the heck? So leave it in the comments below. What size are you skating right now? I'm just gonna give you a second to comment. If you wrote the size 8.25, you are skating the most common skateboard size right now. Either an 8 or an 8.25. But Aaron, he's old school. He's old. He's so old he could be your grandma. He skates 7.75. You see this says handcrafted by PS Sticks SNPS 79927-0008, made in Mexico, 7.75. 7.75, which to many of you is a micro machine. It's a tech deck. It is the world's smallest deck. But you know what's funny about that? This is only a 1/4 inch smaller than what I said. A 1/4 inch is very small. It's not much difference. But in skateboard world, it's like a huge, huge difference. So why do I skate this size, you might ask? And this new graphic is sick, you might ask. Yes, I agree, because this is the mantra, never give up. I skate 7.75 because it's what I grew up with. Actually, in some of these older clips, I skated a 7.5, which is 1/4 inch smaller than this. And I don't know, it's just my board control is really good on it. And I felt like I learned how to skate on this size of a board. I got accustomed and used to skating this size of a board, and then I went to an 8. One day I was like, Aaron, you're filming a new video part, you gotta get back on your grind, you gotta get back on your game, move to an 8. So I moved to an 8, and my skateboard ability went like this. Not that my skateboard ability has been steadily increasing at the ripe young age of 41, but moving to an 8 definitely did not help it. So then I went back to a 7.75, and I was like, wow, this is the most glorious 7.75 I've ever skated. And ever since then, I've been skating 7.75.
It's actually 1/2 inch. 8.25 to 7.75 is 1/2 inch.
Well, I was thinking too, an 8.
Oh, I see.
But you are correct. Chloe just corrected me. Thank you, Chloe. That is true. She said it's half. Aaron, 1/2 inch. Not 1/4 inch. It's true. So 7.75 to 8/4 inch, 7.75 to 8.25, 1/2 inch. This is how you grip a board, guys. Put the grip on, just like that, and then hit it. And you might notice that before, I wasn't just being a weirdo, I was trying to warm the board up. Because although it might seem nice and sunny here in California, it's freezing.
I know, my hands are shaking.
It is freaking freezing.
I wonder if you can see it on the camera.
Can you see it on the camera shake, Chloe?
It's really shaky. I wonder, should I go get a jacket?
Why are you shaking so much?
Because it's freezing.
Okay, so while Chloe is going to get a jacket because it is freezing, I am in a t-shirt. What was I thinking? I don't know. Not very wise. I should make some more videos where I just grab the camera and just start talking, because we should talk more. I just did a live stream and I realized, you know what? We should talk. Me and my audience that has been with me for so many years. Oh, hey, Chloe, you're back in a jacket. We were having an intimate moment there, the Braille skateboard community and I. I got some cool things coming for you guys soon. Stay tuned, stay posted. Okay. Shut up, Mob Grip. Leave it in the comments below, what's your favorite grip tape? You know what one of my favorite things is in skateboarding? When people argue about, oh, this company's better than that company. And the truth is, they were the same. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. They came from the same place.
They came from the same wood workshop. They came from the exact same plate. They were the same deck with a different graphic. But I should do some research and make a video of where every skateboard company gets their decks pressed. Probably wouldn't be too accurate because sometimes companies get some decks pressed here and then some there, you know. Interesting. It's an interesting world, skateboarding. Okay, Chloe, you're supposed to ask me questions from ChatGPT while I set this board up.
Okay, how did you...
Yo, you actually got questions. I don't need questions.
Oh!
Go ahead. Go ahead.
How did you make it We Skate It come about?
One day, there was a man named Lance who was born. And then the next day, his mother said, "You are the skate god." And she put a thing of paint on his forehead and dubbed him the skate god. And the next day, he learned how to tray flip and hard flip. That was day 3 of his birth. Then, him and I were like, we're gonna make a video series where we skate on random things that we get at Home Depot. And so we went to Home Depot and we got a 2x4 and then we skated it. That was episode number 1. I should make a video about how it started. I should actually make a video covering the origins of Braille skateboarding.
I like it.
And then I think episode number 2 is like a sheet of metal, which didn't work at all. And that was kind of the funny thing about it, is like we would go, we would try, some things worked, most of them didn't. And since then, I've like kickflipped a shovel, a 2x4, a surfboard. But anyways, we were making these videos and then the audience started saying, we can make these boards better than you, Aaron, because Aaron, you're dumb and you suck. And so then they started sending us boards. And then we were like, this is awesome because we are dumb and we do suck. And now people can send us these boards and they're awesome. And the creations that people made were so amazing and so incredible. And we're so grateful to have those boards sent in to us. And then they were. And then we made the series. And then Lance and I came up with this idea. You make it, we skate it. Woo! Now I'm cold. Next question, please.
How do you think skateboarding has evolved over the years?
Skateboarding has evolved over the years because, like how? Like in what way, or how has it changed?
Both.
Okay, in what way? I think the learning curve into skateboarding has gotten easier. I hope so. This is like my goal in life. Make it easier for people to start skateboarding, get on their skateboard, learn how to grip a board, put it together, what wheels, what board, what truck, and get riding and get into skateboarding. I'm trying to lessen the harshness of the learning curve for a beginner. So I think that has changed because when I was a kid, you had to go to the local, do you know what IGA is?
No.
The local IGA, which is a supermarket where I come from, it's like Safeway, equivalent of a Safeway. And you get the latest Thrasher magazine, which had no trick tips in it. It just had people doing cool tricks. Or maybe every now and then it would have like a trick tip that it was like a series of pictures. And you have to learn from these tricks. And then you would go to the skate shop, which was called the Ski Station. And what kind of skate shop is called the Ski Station? I'll tell you what kind. One that's not really a skate shop. It's meant to really rent and sell skis. And you get the newest 411 video magazine. Chloe, do you know what 411 is?
I mean, I know what 411 not related to skateboarding is.
What is it?
It was what you would call for something. Like, well, 411 would be information.
Is that what it is? Hey Siri, what is 411? Like when you call 411, what does that do? It is the number of people that are missing, or does it mean something else? I heard it on a podcast, tried to look it up, but came with all the books. 411 is a phone number that provides directory assistance. So you use it to find people, or at least that used to be true. I haven't actually dialed it since the early 90s or so.
See, I remember 411.
Okay, 411 is a number that you call to get information. So 411 was a video magazine for skateboarding. I believe it was monthly, which is so cool. And it was a video magazine, and they had articles, and they would feature people, spots, and it was cool. And 411 video magazine number 10, when I was learning how to skateboard, I was probably 12 years old. This dates how old 411 is. 411 number 10 was the episode that I rocked with. I loved it. The intro is every video, same intro song. Incredible. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz?
Aaron, I think it's done.
Do you think it's done?
Yeah.
Well, normally I have some like hardware to poke the holes. Need something to poke a hole.
Do you have the rest of the components?
No, I don't.
Well,
I don't have them with me. I'll be right back. You better talk to the camera. Tell the camera a story.
I did.
Okay, we're gonna take off these trucks. I like this board. It's a pretty good board, but it's time to upgrade to the Never Give Up. Because the last time I went skating, I was like, the pop is just not what it used to be. Because I left this board in my car and it got really hot. So one thing that's not good for your guys' skateboard, just so you know, is letting it get soggy. If you leave it in a car and it gets really, really hot, it's gonna heat up the glue and it's gonna make the wood soft. And then you're gonna go skateboard again. And then when you hit the tail on the ground, instead of hearing this nice, like loud snap sound, like snap, you're going to hear it more like soggy, like more of a thud. And once it gets into the thud range, it's not so good and you're gonna wanna change it out. But if you're a beginner skater, it's not really gonna affect you too much, honestly. But after you've been skateboarding for 31 years, you don't play a game with no thud board. It's probably time to upgrade the wheels too. It's been a while since I've changed my wheels. One of these days I'll get a whole new fresh complete.
Okay, you ready for another one?
Yeah, hit me with a question.
Wait, did you finish answering how skateboarding changed over the years?
Well, I think I answered like that it's gotten easier for beginners, the learning curve has gotten easier. And then other than that, for like professional skateboarding, the level has just gotten so crazy good. And back in the day, this is an interesting thing. Like I just posted on my Instagram just now, because I saw this kid, never seen him before, I have no idea who he is. He did a heel flip, frontside tail slide, 270 heel flip out. And it's just like, it's just another day on Instagram. Whereas back in the day, if somebody did a heel flip, frontside tail slide, 270 heel flip out, they have an entire career. That is the craziest trick that would have been ever done. And you build an entire career out of that. And boom, you're instantly a professional skateboarder getting flown all over the world. And now it's like, another day on Instagram. And that has changed a lot. It's changed the landscape of skateboarding. It's changed how the whole system works, really. The internet came in and it just changed how things work. Companies like Blockbuster went to the wayside because the internet came in and streaming took over. It's interesting. Skateboarding is going through like a very interesting shift right now. Where it will be headed, we have to decide. It's up to us. Each and every single one of you are going to decide the fates and fortune of this skateboard company called skateboarding. So let's see where it goes. We're going to make it go somewhere good.
Next question. How long does it take to learn how to ollie?
Okay, a lot of people ask this question, how long does it take to learn how to ollie? Well, the true answer is it depends on your dedication. If you're out there pushing and grinding every single day, you're gonna learn a lot faster. For me, I feel like as a kid, sometimes it's hard to remember like exactly what it was like, but I feel like it was really, I feel like I was really grinding on it, and I think it took me a straight 6 months. So I don't think it needs to take that long now, because you guys have all kinds of tutorials. You have Braille Skateboarding Academy, where I will personally walk you through each and every single step, from getting comfortable, setting up your schedule, everything you need. And that wasn't available back then. I remember the first time as a kid in Montana, it was like, I remember the first ollie I saw, and I was like, what the heck, how did that happen? Why is his feet still on the board and the board is in the air? That's no way that happened. Completely blew me away. So now you just get on the internet or look anywhere. You see ollies, ollie tutorials, pretty much every resource you need. So how long does it take to learn? It's up to you. Grind it every day and you're gonna learn fast. Another thing that I want to tell you though, is if you don't learn fast, that doesn't mean you're not naturally talented, or it doesn't mean you're not gonna be good. Some people take a really long time to learn how to ollie, and then they master the ollie fully, and every other trick comes really fast because they spent the time learning how to ride and master that ollie. So the key there, guys, is to master and know your basics. Very important. Hit me with another question.
So you learned in 6 months, how many hours a day did you practice, or how much time a day?
That's what I don't remember, but that's where it's like, it seemed like I spent a long time every day, but I probably didn't. I probably didn't spend a long time every day, but it was, you know, over 6 months is quite a bit of time. But if I had to guess off the top of my head, I would say instantly, oh, like an hour a day, an hour, half an hour. But I think if you go out and spend 10 to 20 minutes a day, you can get it quite fast. Especially, you know, follow the series I made, the daily skateboard lesson series. The boot camp series is also very good. Skateboarding Made Simple, that you can purchase on brailleskateboarding.com as a digital download, is a very good reference. But in that daily skateboard lessons, I do take it back and give you some more basic riding tools to help you get more comfortable on your board. Main thing is, how comfortable are you on your board? How comfortable is that feeling of that board underneath your feet? And then from there, it's gonna be way easier to progress. Look at that galaxy on the nose. Doesn't that look so cool?
Shout out Drew Cantu.
Shout out Drew Cantu, graphic designer that designed this board. You know, I sprained my ankle and I'm in that mode where it's like, it doesn't hurt that bad. Maybe I could skate. And then I'm setting up this board thinking, I could skate. But you know what? I can't. I can't and I shouldn't. I need to actually fully heal and do physical therapy.
Okay, I have a whole list from ChatGPT.
A whole list? Oh no.
What has been the most challenging part of growing your brand and channel?
Staying consistent and coming up with fresh new content ideas. What's been really hard is like sometimes you go, oh, everyone says you want to do a blah. And there was a time period where it's like, oh, all we need to do is like listen to the audience and just do what they say. They say, oh, we want a tutorial about ollies. And then later on, when Lance was still here, we kept doing that and it just stopped working. It was like the weirdest thing. It was like, oh, the audience says, skate a turkey. And then we skate a turkey. Then people are up in arms because we skated a food item. And it gets tricky because you have to have a good communication with your audience, but you have to keep it fresh, but you also need fresh ideas that are brand new. You have to constantly be innovating and creating, and that's really, really difficult. And what happens in the YouTube world, you probably heard this, is there's this thing called like creator burnout. They just get burned out, and it gets really difficult for people. So sticking with it despite anything and everything is tough.
What advice would you give someone who is just starting to learn how to skate?
Learn the basics, master them. If you do that with anything, it's gonna be really, really, really helpful. You know what I find fascinating, that skateboarding has sort of like brought me into this world where I find it really fascinating, anybody who's like a master of their craft. Like I did this video with this guy who's Master Sifu, and he has been doing his craft for 20 plus years. He learned it from the person, like from the direct lineage of the person who taught Bruce Lee. So like in the line of like teaching Bruce Lee, taught him, etc. I forget the name of the specific like format that he did, so I'm not gonna try and guess or mess it up. But he's a master, and I just find it so interesting of people, what they go through to master these things. And there's this common denominator, is that you get really, really good at mastering the basics. Like Bruce Lee said this himself. He's like, I don't fear the man who knows 2,000 kicks. I fear the man who practiced one kick 2,000 times. Because that guy is gonna be so good at that kick that he's gonna kick you in the head and knock you out, you know, whatever. Skateboarding is similar. Like you have to really master how to ride. Just take the basic, most well, I was gonna say interesting, but it's maybe the least interesting, the most basic piece of it, and just really master it. Get really, really good at ollies. Don't just try and learn every single trick that is under the sun, moon, and stars really poorly, but master the basics. That's my advice to y'all.
What do you think makes skateboarding such a unique and powerful form of expression?
Yeah, great question, ChatGPT. Gosh, where are you getting these from? I think that skateboarding is unique and makes it a powerful form of expression because all of the different variables to it. Like, this is a board. Andy Anderson, I think, really tells this best. Like if you're a freestyle skater, your obstacle is the board itself. If you're a street skater, your obstacle is in the street, the curbs, the ledges. You're a ramp skater, your obstacle is on the ramp. Or you can be like Andy Anderson and you could master all 3 of these variations and combine them in very interesting ways. So I think it's unique in that somebody can take their own personality, their way of looking at things, and they can put that into their skateboarding. It depends on the tricks you choose. And when you become to the level where you're making video parts, this is what I think we need to bring back. Skateboard crews or skateboard clubs or however you want to call it, like a group of people that get together and skate and teach each other and have fun learning. And then they make videos and they make video parts. And in their video parts, they get to choose what music they like. And this music is a form of their expression. Sometimes it could be what they're just enjoy listening to. Sometimes it's something that means something personal to them, or sometimes it's just something that fits with the tricks they did. But it's a form of their expression. This is like, in the music world, this is the skateboarder's album. This is their full-length album, is their video part. But this used to be a huge part of skateboard culture, and I feel like a part of how social media has affected skateboarding, good or bad. I kind of think it's for the worse, but it kind of took that away. And now you just get on Instagram, YouTube, kind of that same thing I was saying earlier. Heel flip front tail, 270 heel flip out. What in the world? That's crazy. So there you go, and I'm almost done with this. And I'm really excited to skate this board. So normally, guys, just so you know, I like a board that is super bright on the bottom, highest contrast possible with the grip tape. Like this board, I like it, it's yellow. And yellow on the bottom, black on the top. Huge contrast, you see that? So this one down here, dark, I don't know. Like this part is pretty bright, so I can hang with that. Too dark for me, pretty bright enough. And I don't know, I started this thing where I was like, I started doing a lot of double flips, and I really needed to be very fast with catching it on the grip tape side. Okay, so this is my deck. It's a 7.75 inch board. I don't know how long exactly, but I'm sure this is somewhere on the BrailleSkateboarding.com website where you can purchase this board. And you yourself, please, no matter what you're doing in life, no matter where you're at in it, never give up. Learn the basics, keep pushing, be inspired, get so good that you can go out and inspire somebody else. This is what we're here for. This is what we're pushing for. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment below, and you, yes you, learn to ride a skateboard. We got everything you need at BrailleSkateboarding.com. We'll see you in the next video.